It is the big story at 5 o'clock, demanding accountability. The growing number of victims coming forward now, saying they were abused in Maryland juvenile facilities. Hello, everybody. I'm Rick Ritter.
And I'm Nikki Zizaza. Welcome to those of you watching on CBS News Baltimore and on WJZ TV. Advocates say the abuse scandal could rival that facing the Catholic Church. The widespread sexual abuse happened over decades and is the subject of numerous lawsuits.
WJZ investigator Mike Helgren has been digging into this story. He spoke to one victim who is set to speak at a rally, which will happen near Baltimore City Hall tomorrow. Mike.
And Rick and Nikki, the flood of lawsuits started when Maryland removed the statute of limitations on filing these cases. In response, there have been moves in the General Assembly this session to limit the state's liability. One survivor shared her harrowing story of abuse while in a state-run juvenile facility, and a warning: some of the details are graphic and difficult to hear.
At 14 years old, all you want to do is go home. So what do? You be quiet and you shut up.
Nelisha Gibbs is done being quiet, opening up about the repeated sexual abuse she says she suffered as a child in 1989 and 1990 at the state-run Thomas Waxter Children's Center, which has since closed.
What would you say to other survivors who see this?
That it's okay to come forward. It is okay to scream until you are heard.
According to her complaint against the state, Gibbs was sexually assaulted daily by a female staff member, then threatened that she would never go home if she reported the abuse.
She called me a throwaway. You know, they wouldn't believe me because you're a throwaway. You know, that's what she referred to children like me. We were throwaways to society, pretty much.
Ms. Gibbs was physically confined, abused, and then these threats confined her even more. So she was too scared to have the opportunity to say anything. She didn't trust anybody.
Gibbs is one of 24 victims listed in just one lawsuit. Since the Child Victims Act lifted time limits on legal claims, more than 3,500 victims have sued Maryland. Some in the General Assembly are now pushing for caps to damages.
The Attorney General has gone so far as to move to dismiss some of these cases.
Jerry Block, with the law firm who represents Gibbs, says the volume of abuse could dwarf that within the Archdiocese of Baltimore.
This sexual abuse that occurred at the hands of the state even goes beyond what the Attorney General himself exposed with the Catholic Church in Maryland. These children had nowhere to run to. They had nowhere to hide. The perpetrators had the keys to their rooms.
Gibbs hopes her story stops the stigma.
Even when you shaken and you think nobody else is really listening to you, still say something.
And a powerful story. It's not easy to share. That rally, by the way, is at 11 tomorrow morning at War Memorial Plaza near City Hall. We did reach out to the Department of Juvenile Services for comment on the abuse allegations, but have not heard back. Mike Helgren, WJZ.
That was tough to listen to. Great coverage, though, Mike. Thank you.